Hey race fans, I'm here at Windsor and I'm here today with the driver Andy Harrington, who is having a stellar racing year to say the very least. This past Sunday on the 28th, because he was a little overshadowed with Drew hitting his milestone, but Andy actually hit his 100th racing win of the season, which is the first time that Andy has actually done that in a season. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That must have been exciting.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. You know, very far from where my other ones were. I mean, it was always been like 35, 50 or so, but you know, it was pretty exciting to get that milestone. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
So let's start back at the beginning with you a little bit. Of course, I've only been in the industry for a few years.
Yep.
You've been here, there, and everywhere. So, but how did harness racing actually start with you?
My dad always owned horses, you know, and fortunate enough, my stepfather, you know, John Nason, he's been in the business forever, and I played sports, never really was into it, enjoyed watching them. Got older, I said, you know, hey, I'm going to take a shot at it, and here I am with it now. You know, I was very lucky to have Johnny in my life and teach me the ropes and stuff. It's kind of taken a little bit longer for me to get it, but starting to learn it out a little bit more now, I guess.
Yeah, well, you're definitely handy on the track.
Yeah. It's
this year, like I said, has just been, it's been a breakout year for you.
Yeah, it's been unreal, really.
You were pretty much the driver that won the majority of the, well, I won't say majority, you won 58 races at the fairs.
Yeah.
$250,000 in purse money at the fairs. You had driving titles at Topsom, Windsor, Farmington, and Freiburg.
Yeah.
If I keep going on about you, I'm not going to be able to fit in this room. You set some track records for age trotter horses with Midnight, Zetty. You did those at Topsom and Freiburg. 2-year-old colt trotters, Warrior of the Valley at Cumberland. And 3-year-old gelding trotters, Matt So Sure at Freiburg. I mean, that's actually a great year.
Yeah, I'm thankful for everybody that's come into my life and just all the horses, owners, you know, trainers. You know, it's this year was a big, just like crawl back into it year. You know, last year I took the year off, didn't really drive, just trying to find myself, and just really this year I was just gonna say, you know, let's just take what I got and chip away, and that's pretty much what I did all year, and it just started piling up, snowballing, and you know, it's been unbelievable, really, and very thankful for everybody, you know, horses, every horse that's been a part of this has been awesome.
Well, you seem to be really good with the trotters.
Yeah.
Like, do you prefer one gait over the other driving wise, or?
I actually do enjoy driving trotters. It's for me, it's like a totally different game to it, you know, kind of be a little bit more tactical. You know, you'll see a guy that can push out strong with one, and, you know, you just got to pick your spots and really pay attention to them, you know, and I actually didn't really care for them much, you know, drove them here and there, but when I started work for Heath and Val, you know, I started being with the babies more, and they got a lot of trotters. That's when I really started to enjoy it. Was like, this is a really, really fun thing if you can get, you know, pay attention, get good at it. You know, it's a real big thing, and I do enjoy driving trotters. I do. It's fun. It's fun. Yeah.
They're a challenge.
Yeah, they are a challenge. You know, some you know, they're tricky too. Some, you know, you think they're hot and whatever. You got to keep them quiet. Sometimes they like to roll along, and you know, they're just the feeling of the horse. You know, and especially with a trotter, it's fun when you can get one on the right lead and really pushing forward. It's a good rush.
Yeah. So I've obviously never driven. I've never even been behind the starting car. I mean, I've jogged a few.
Yeah.
But take me through what it's like when you're on the track and the starter calls you guys, and the wings open. I mean, what's that? Is that an adrenaline rush for you when that happens, when you're all coming up behind the gate, or are you just like, hey, it's just another day in the office?
I mean, anybody that says they don't get like adrenaline rush now, even if they got 9,000 wins or, you know, 300 wins. It is, you know, you're going in there, you're out there for a reason for it. And yeah, it is. And when those wings fold, I mean, you kind of got a game plan, but it never works out that way most of the time, and you just go for it, and your reactions hopefully work out right, and you put them in the right spot, and you know, you come out with a W, you know. And so you're trying to do, and it is adrenaline rush from the first drive to now. You know, you're excited, and it's a thrill. It really is. Yeah, it is.
That's awesome. So you said you kind of try to have a game plan. So like, do you study the programs? I mean, obviously I see that, you know, Midnight Zetty, you've driven that horse probably all year long.
Yeah.
So is it easy to learn? Like, I drive this horse probably once a week.
Yeah.
I know what he really likes. Like, I got the rail this week, so I know he can do this. Or, oh my God, I'm in the 8-hole. It sucks. What am I gonna do?
With that horse, it's pretty much hold your breath through the first turn. He can make somebody pull their hair out. He's got so much speed. He's just, you know, it's on his own terms, how he wants it. I mean, he can't leave the car much, and so you got to kind of just wait him out and just kind of, he's like a train. He'll just keep getting faster and faster if he's good, and just start feeding him racetrack, and hopefully he'll get there for you. But he's a tricky one. Usually when he's behind the gates, just hold on, get through the first turn, and then you can kind of, all right, let's work it out now and see where we are. But yeah, he can make your hair stand up sometimes, because it's just like, why? You know, sometimes you wouldn't even see it coming, and bang, you know, he's on the run. But he is a fast horse, and he's tricky, that's for sure. Very tricky horse.
So, but you enjoy driving him?
I enjoy driving.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. Pretty much all the trotters I drive are challenges. JS for Justice, you know, he's a tricky horse. But the big guy bruising, I mean, you just buckle up, and hopefully, you know, it's either like you do what you got to do to get him to the gate, and then just hang on because he's on his own, you know. But he's been a fun ride for me, and especially for Kim and Wendy, part of my life, and it was great to see them have a great year.
Yeah, I looked him up today, and he made 45,000 this year.
And most of it right in the state of Maine. You know, a few trips over the Green Bridge, but most of it right here. It's been pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now, talking about the Green Bridge, you didn't really go to Plainridge much this year. I mean, I looked back. USTO only shows me 300 starts.
Yeah.
So I know the last 300, you didn't go. But do you have plans? I mean, you're obviously talented enough to drive at Plainridge.
It just worked out this year where, you know, small steps for me. I don't really look too far ahead, just in the, you know, right in front of me, and all the guys were pretty much going down there, and I was making a living right here, you know, sire stakes, picking up mounts. You know, guys had to go down there to drive in Plainridge, so I just did really good and with that way, and I don't know, see what comes, you know, and if I get an opportunity to drive a few down there next year, I will. But if not, I like Maine. I enjoy it. Maine boy. I enjoy being here.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there was something else I wanted to ask you. What was it? I was like, I can't wait to ask Andy this. Oh, so, because when I go to the track, I mean, I usually say hi to everyone, and everyone's very polite. And when I say hi to you, I like always have to really listen. I'm like, did he say hi? You're so soft spoken.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you ever have like come off the track and like.
Oh, there's been times.
I just haven't done that.
It's a change. I mean, if you saw me 2 years ago, you'd be like, whoa, you know.
Yeah, you're like a church mouse.
Yeah, it's a lot of change in my life for the good.
Yeah.
It's just got a lot of good teachers. Bruce Ranger, he's a big part of my life. Aaron Hall, another one. Jamie Gerard, and I don't know. It's just, I think it's just learning a lot, and whatever happens out there, you can't change.
Yeah.
And just a big thing for me this year was just turn the page, and just I should speak up more. I'm very quiet, but like I said 2 years ago, you wouldn't be very quiet. You'd be like, get away from this guy. But yeah, just that's how I am now, and just sit back.
Well, it's working for you, definitely.
It is, you know,
I mean, you've got some good juju going
yeah,
for
I
you.
do.
So
Yeah, hopefully it keeps rolling, but just very thankful. Very thankful for everything.
So now how many horses do you have? Because you're not just a driver. I mean, you may not be down as trainer, but you're helping jog and train horses.
Yeah, Sarah's got 13, and I just own half of one with her, and that's what I do. I just grab the line, she tells me to jog, whatever, and it's easier that way. I had a big stable, but not big, but a good sized stable before. It's just a little bit too much for me to control everything, and being a catch driver, it's kind of a lot easier that way. But she does a really good job. She's having a good fall meet. And,
you guys are killing it.
Yeah, everything's going good. Horses are healthy right now, and right classes, it works out. Very good.
Yeah. So now you talked about you're a Maine boy.
Yeah.
You love being in Maine.
Yeah.
So you're really one of, I mean, if we look at who's involved in this industry, you're one of the young guns.
Yeah.
I mean, this industry is here for you to make your living, so I take it you don't have another job. This is just it. Probably with 13 horses, you don't have time for another job.
No.
So if there's one thing that you would like to see happen with Maine racing, to improve it, tweak it anyway, what would you like to see happen?
My biggest thing would be taking the age limit off going in the paddock. You go to Quebec or something up there, Canada, the young kids are allowed to be in the paddock. Learn to work around the horses, have jobs, cleaning saddle pads, hanging saddle pads out, getting a paddock. I mean, when you have that age limit of where they can go in that's when you're in that age where 16, 15 years old, they're starting to go off and do different things.
Yeah.
So if you could cut that off, hey, if they're 10 years old, you can't be in there. But if, they're in 12, 13, like, hey, they want to go in and learn this industry and get into it, let's have them in there. But that's how we're losing, I feel, a lot of young people, is because you have that age, and then it's the age where, hey, basketball's coming, hey, hockey or stuff like that, and then you lose those young people wanting to learn the industry. Because it's hard for a person that comes in 18, 17 years old. I mean, it's going to take them 5-6 years to really get the business. It's not a business where, hey, you're going to learn it in 5 months. It takes a long time to learn it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely it would be me. For me, it would be cutting the age limit, off, being able to go in the paddock.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah. And, I think First Track's doing a good job down there. It's good racing, enjoyable to go there, and everything's going good in Maine, I think.
Yeah, we have a bright future, which is really
bright.
exciting.
Yeah,
because for a while it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was touch and go what we were gonna do.
Yeah.
So now, are you work with Sarah?
Yep.
She's got 13. So, are you guys looking to build a bigger stable? Like, are you looking for more owners, or like folks wanting to get into the industry? Could they reach out to you or Sarah?
Yeah, they could. This time of year, it's kind of hard because I think anybody, call out and give a shout out should, have open arms and go for it. But right now it's just hard, winter months, a person paying for a horse this time of year is kind of hard. But it's just, we need more horses in Maine, and the value of them would be helpful for us, for everybody, and, it'd be more racing. A little bit more competitiveness in it. The horses that have been around for 8-9 years, sooner or later they start tailing off, and it's hard. It's hard for guys to write classes too. Mark's doing a hell of a job down there, with horses he has right now. So we need more horses. We need more owners. Anybody, So yeah.
Well, that's why I asked, because talking to people, there's some trainers that just don't. They don't want to take any more horses.
Yeah.
So if we have folks that want to get into the industry, trying to find, because I don't want them talking to 4 different trainers that all say no, we don't want any more.
I think you'll see. My opinion, I think you'll see people that were out of the industry for a long time when this comes up more what happens in the future for Maine, I think you could see a lot of people come back into it, you know, because they didn't know what was going on, you know, like,
Yeah.
hey, you buy a horse, there's people saying no more racing, you know, if they see a constant every year, like, getting better and better, you're gonna see people come back into the business. That's
Yeah.
my opinion on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there'll definitely be
Yeah.
some people.
Yeah.
I think that uncertainty that we had for a few years.
Yeah, and COVID's been hard, you know, like, not many people are doing too much because of it still, you know, so that's a tough thing that's going on in the world right now for everybody, so.
Well, and the price of horses.
I know, it's nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy, I mean.
Did you ever think that you would, I mean, because a lot of times, I mean, I don't even see, I look at the condition sheet because I have to print it off for work, and I see there's some claimers here and there. But I mean, I remember back when I started, I mean, every other class was a 3-claimer.
Yeah.
So you had a chance to at least get in the game if you wanted.
Yeah.
Now it seems a little bit tougher maybe to get
It's
in.
hard too, and I'll say it, you know, you fight with Amishmen, you know, those guys, you know, they'll give an arm and a leg for one. And it's tough and it's wrong, you know, it's hard to say, but, you know, the value of horses have changed drastically. I mean, sometimes you want to just buy a 6, you got to pay an extra 4 and pay 10 for it. It just works that way, and it's hard to find horses right now. It really is hard to find horses, and it's a tough racket. And like I said, you may have to put the extra 4 or 5 on top of one to get one, but you know, in the long run, hopefully, I mean, it's a gamble.
Yeah.
Harness racing is a gamble in everything you do.
Owning the horse
my mom
is
says
probably
it.
the biggest gamble.
Yeah, my mom said it to us boys, my stepbrother, all the time. It's feast or famine, you know, and it's tough. And every industry is hard, you know. You just got to put work in. If you put work in, you're gonna have good results.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
7 days a week.
7 days a week keeps me out of trouble, though.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I do want to ask you about the time change. Going from like an afternoon post, you know, we do have a couple night, you know, at Skowhegan, but 11 o'clock, good, bad, indifferent. I mean, obviously you guys are going to race when you're told to race.
Yeah.
You can't not race.
Yeah.
But have you seen, like, I'm curious, have you seen a difference in like how your horses respond?
It's hard I think it's good for the race in the 11 o'clock post. But I think it's behind the scenes for, you know, trainers and everything. It's a little rough. You know, you're hurrying out 6:30, 6 o'clock for some maybe Bangor guys. I think they leave like 5:30 or so if they had first race Lasix or whatever. But I think it's just hard because it's okay. We have to leave and then hurry back and, you know, get. Some guys are jogging. Yeah, some guys are jogging. I've had to jog. You know.
Do you have a headlight on?
Yeah. And I think. Over time, that's going to be hard on the horses. Sometimes you ain't going to be able to get them out. I mean, it's dark now, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing it's going to really see the next month of how horses are going to be. You know, you get out if you can't get them out 4 days a week, you know, or whatever. Some guys are different. You know, some guys are pasture guys. Jog them a couple times, turn them out in the pasture. You know, every trainer's different, so. We'll just see how that is. Changing up their routines a little bit can be hard on some horses, but we'll have to go with it and figure it out. But for me, I think I wish it could be 1 o'clock, you know, 1 o'clock around that time, and give it a little extra couple hours for everybody, you know, in the morning. But,
yeah. Well, it's an experiment.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. I have nothing bad against it. I just, you know, that's maybe just tweak it. To one a little bit.
A little bit later.
Yeah.
A little bit later.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you, Andy, for sitting
awesome.
down. I've been wanting to talk to you since Farmington.
Yeah.
And I'd like to actually have you on again, where we can show your video of your race and you can kind of take us through that race, because it was a little hairy in a couple spots.
Yeah, it was a little hairy.
I was hanging out on my seat like, oh my god, he's gonna crash.
Oh, it was fun though. That was pretty cool. I actually tried talking it, but you couldn't hear it from the thing. But it was fun.
But I do want to tell you though. So I did invest in a GoPro and a mic. So we are doing a mic up series. So you will be asked before the end of racing to do mic'd up,
yeah,
so that way we can.
I just can't wait to listen to Drew's. That'd be great.
Well, I'm thinking about a segment.
He can have his own little show.
Drew. The Drew Show.
It'd be great. I think he's always wanted one. I think he's always wanted one. If he could have his own, it'd be like, I think it'd make everything for him. But it'd be good to have like a Heath and Drew mic'd up at the same time. Oh, that'd be bad.
Well, we probably could do that next year.
I think you'd have to be like bleeping out a lot of things, but it'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, I did hear that Drew told a couple jokes.
Oh, I told him, yeah.
So that might be like, push here if you're over 18 to hear this content.
Probably on all of them, but yeah, he's a comedian. He's a fun guy. He brings a lot of action, and he's good. He's fun. He's getting up there in age. He says he doesn't have gray hair, but
he probably dyes. He probably dyes his hair.
I think so, maybe, but he's a great guy to have in the main racing.
Well, I think most of because this year is when I really started going to the track more. Obviously, didn't go last year because of COVID, but I heard this quote that said, "Work as hard as you have to where you don't have to introduce yourself."
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I've tried to do this year. So everybody knows who I am.
Yeah. You're doing a great job.
So I'm more accessible.
Yeah.
But I think we have a really great group of guys.
Yeah.
That there seems to be, for the most part, some good camaraderie. Like, you guys would definitely have each other's backs.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen one time where a trainer was, like, not happy with the drive that someone did, and I was like, whoa.
I think a lot of it is, too, the age. A lot of us younger guys are maturing more, and I think when we were all, young, feisty, ready to go, there's a lot of battling, a lot of chatter and stuff. I think we've matured a lot, and we've watched a lot of good guys. There's so many good horsemen in Maine. I mean, you got the Campbell boys, you got Swits there, the Cushions, and just growing up watching them, like Sean Gray, Plainridge, his lights out, and you watch those guys grow up and you want to be them, emulate them, everything, and that's how they carry themselves, and sooner or later you'll get it. And I think like we've all got it, and it's not it's not dirty racing. It's everybody knows we're out there to make money, get home safe, and it's been, you're right, it's been a heck of a year for the young guys, really, too.
Yeah.
I think it's just that mature point, like we're all maturing.
Yeah.
Nick, Aaron, Danny, everybody, they're having a really good year. Really good year.
Nick's another quiet one.
Yeah.
And he just reached his 800th.
Yeah.
Which was kind of, he's so quiet that you don't even really, and I was like, 800? I mean, kudos to him for.
He's done a really good job, very good job. Handles the horse real good, he can make speed, very good. And when the money's down, he's pretty good too. He's been showing that, pressure's not on him at all. So, that's good, see him going over the Green Bridge and doing good, and especially his dad's stable's unbelievable. They're having a good year, so it's good to see. It's good to see. I grew up with him. He's
oh, did you?
He can get a little loud once in a while.
Really?
Don't say he can't, because he can. He can.
Well, yeah. It's funny because you guys are. It's you, Aaron, and Nick.
Yeah.
I'm always like, okay, are they gonna say hi to me today?
Yeah.
And am I gonna be able to hear them if they actually do? And the other day when Nick did the mic'd up, I actually had a conversation with him, and I was like, wow. This guy actually can talk.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Yeah. We're all excited about ice fishing already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're excited about that. So if you get a little colder, it'd be great.
So the coldness on the track then doesn't bother you if you're getting ready to go ice fishing?
Oh, yeah, it's not bad. It's not too bad yet. But the wind the other day was a little testy. I was like, ooh, this could get bad. But they've done a good job down there.
So do you feel... So when it did get windy, and even the announcer said, hey, the wind's picking up. I mean, you could see the horses' tails and manes blowing. I mean, how do you feel that in the bike? Like, is it definite?
You can feel it a little bit, but you just watch the wind a little bit, too. You don't know if you're coming into a headwind or, where it is, if it's on the front side or back side. But it was, usually when you get in there, you feel it, but it's not really something you're thinking about, You're thinking about driving the horse and making money. So, but No, they're doing it. I can't say enough about First Tracks. They're doing a good job down there.
Yeah.
Very good job.
Everything that's been thrown at them,
Yeah.
they've dealt with it.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
been,
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Take a fair truck and do a commercial meet.
Yeah. And it's comfortable down there. It's nice. You know, all year long it's been, you know, you can be on top of the track and watch the racing. That's a big thing. You know, instead of being way back watching it on the TV, you can watch your horses race, and it's good for the trainers and everybody. So to see how they're moving and all that, and it's good racing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking your time, and hopefully we'll get to talk again soon.
Yeah,
For
definitely.
sure.
Definitely.
Thanks, fans. We'll be back. Talk to you soon. Bye.